Hello and welcome back once again to movie reviews. Sorry it's been a while. Schedule's been kinda hectic and hellacious and all those other kinds of fancy words. But I did finally get around to seeing a couple more movies. So the first one up, the theater here next to my house, actually finally just now got in Jurassic World. So since it was one of the movies I planned on seeing but never got over to the other theater to see before it got dropped, because it opened up here, I figured what the hell, I'll go see it. Most of you have probably already seen it by now, so you've already made your opinions. As far as what I thought of the movie, it fits into the Jurassic Park franchise, I guess, but was it necessary? Not really. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, spoilers are coming up, so if you don't want to know, skip ahead. But more or less, it goes back to the original island from the first movie, and where the original park was just kind of a small park inside of the island to keep it kind of secluded until it was ready to open. Jurassic World has kind of built a theme park across the rest of the island. So basically all the crap that happened, they kind of went back and I guess they subdued whatever dinosaurs were running loose on the island, built new paddocks, put them in it, expanded out this whole thing, made it an attraction. It's been going for a while, and it's pretty popular. The problem is that people are losing interest in dinosaurs because they're a common thing now. They exist. It's not like before where they'd been extinct forever and now here they are, so it was kind of interesting to see them again. So they're always trying to find something bigger and better. And it's gotten to the point where they start genetically modifying dinosaurs, which is kind of what got them into the whole situation to begin with. It's even pointed out by quite a few people that work at the park, like, playing God with genetics is kind of what caused the problems in the first park. There's even like one point where they reference the original park and like all the people that died there and leading up to Jurassic World. So like, although Jurassic World's popular, any mention of the park is kind of in poor taste, even though it's built on the same site as the park. So then you just kind of follow I was going to say Chris Pratt, but not really until about midway through the movie. You actually start following these two kids whose parents are having issues, I guess, or separating or something, so they're sending them to stay with their aunt for the week, or for the month, or whatever, I don't know. I think it's the week. And the aunt works at Jurassic World, and she can get them VIP passes, so that's what they're going to do, while the parents work out their problems. Turns out the aunt is lost herself in her work. She's like this hardcore businesswoman, this try-hard businesswoman. She's trying to, I guess stereotypically, like, show that she can do everything the men can do and she can be in control and all this. And it's like a really outdated motive for a woman in business. It's like she's very number-oriented, like she's lost all her emotion, like she sees the dinosaurs as just numbers on a piece of paper, as far as like a profit line, as opposed to them being living things. And it's such an old cliche of a woman with power, as far as like a business aspect. And there's a couple times she slowly starts to fade back towards like, I have emotions, but then she has to harden back up and be this businesswoman again while trying to avoid crying because everything's so emotional. And she's probably like the weakest character in the whole damn movie, except for her assistant. Which even the assistant, she kind of played that role better than the aunt. So the aunt, she's got to work, so she sends the kids off with her assistant, and eventually, they ditch her, but they got VIP access, so they can do whatever they want. And the new genetically modified dinosaur that they're getting ready to unveil in a couple months to boost ticket sales again, escapes. Big surprise, something got out. Where although in the first one it was kind of explained why they got out, this one is just kind of like, oh, you bred a smart dinosaur and it can figure out how to trick you into letting it out. And so then they call in Chris Pratt's character, who's, I guess they said, an ex-Marine who's working on the island trying to train dinosaurs, see if they're able to be trained. And of course, this other vested interest wants to weaponize them if they can be trained, like for military purposes. And of course, he's against that, being ex-military and all, Of course, the company that wants to make them weaponized is, although it's never really revealed in the first one, I think it might have been covered slightly in the second or third one, the company that originally paid Newman to get the stuff out of the park in the first one that caused all the problems in the first place is the company that's involved in weaponizing the dinosaurs. But I guess now they're part of Jurassic World. Somehow they bought in with everything. I don't know, it's a confusing subplot that's never been explained in over, was this the fifth movie now? Fourth movie? Yeah, so over 4 movies their involvement has never really been fully explained. They're just kind of there as the antagonist, and it's like, explain them a little bit. Let us know what they're about, other than they want dinosaurs. And, yeah. So, the dinosaur gets out. Chris Pratt's character's called in. They want to use the raptors that he's training. He says no. The kids get lost on the island because they ran off. The aunt finally, being a human, is like, oh, I need your help to find my nephews. They're lost on the island. So, of course, Chris Pratt, being Chris Pratt, he could tell her to fuck off, but he's like, alright, I'll help you because you're cute and we went out on a date once. So, he wants to go alone. She's like, no, I'm coming with you, and, kind of tries to flex her muscle a little bit and be macho, but even he kind of points out, like, how silly it looks when she does this whole thing. Because, like, she's wearing a business suit, and then she's, like, ripping the sleeves off and stuff. Like, I'm ready to go, and she's, like, doing that, and he's like, what is that supposed to mean? And she's like, I'm going with you, and it's like, whatever. Again, nothing against the actress. She's, I guess, a decent actress for what role she was in, but it's just the character is so piss poor. So, of course, finally, Chris Pratt agrees to let him use the raptors to hunt down this, the fuck was it called? Giantsaurus Rex, whatever. Dominus Rex. I had to think about it for a second. Yeah, which other people I've seen have called the Verizon Wireless Rex, and there's a reason for that. Because Verizon Wireless agreed to sponsor the new dinosaur when it came out. So yeah, the Dominus Rex, they have the raptors come out, they chase it down. Turns out, amongst all the breeding that was put into this thing, which was classified so no one would know what it was other than it's based on a T-Rex with other crap mixed in. It was like, oh, apparently it's part raptor. It's like, really? You couldn't tell that? So, of course, the raptors kind of turn and go back after the soldiers, and there's that happens, and then eventually, more crap happens. The kids eventually find their way to the original Jurassic Park, which is still there. It's just kind of grown over and buried in a restricted, unused sector of the park. Like an employee-only area, but the only thing out there really is the park and like a driving path to another part of a restricted part of the island where they had grown this Dominus Rex. So the kids find their way to the old park. They go in, they're looking around. The banner that fell down at the end when the Tyrannosaurus roared was there. And it kind of gets shat on. More or less, like, it's kind of a significant thing, like the banner floated down in the first one. And then it's like, oh, here's that banner. Well, let's just burn it, and they make a torch out of it. And you make a nod to the first one. Have it represent, just brush it off and see that, oh, this was the original Jurassic Park. That's all you had to do. but they barely do that. So then eventually the kids meet back up with Chris Pratt's character and the aunt's character. They get back to the center of Jurassic World where everything's on lockdown. Dinosaurs are going nuts, attacking everyone because it's Jurassic Park. It's a Jurassic World, I guess. It wouldn't be in the Jurassic Park franchise unless dinosaurs were attacking people, right? So then eventually everything kind of boils over to where it's just Chris Pratt's character, the aunt, the kids fighting the Indominus Rex, and of course Chris Pratt regains control of the raptors. They help him stop them. They realize that they're going to need something bigger than raptors to take it down. So of course, enter the T-Rex. You know, don't get that giant fucking thing that kicked the T-Rex's ass at the end of the third one. You know, don't get that. Get the T-Rex because it's semi-controllable, you know. So then the Raptors and the T-Rex team up and take down the Indominus Rex with the help of another dinosaur, which I kind of called as soon as it was going to happen. Like, the way it happened was kind of shit. Okay, this is a spoiler for the end of the movie, so if you don't want to know how the Indominus Rex actually gets taken out, skip ahead a minute or so. So the T-Rex and the Raptors are fighting the Indominus Rex, and throughout the movie they showed this mosasaur, I think is what it's called, the one that jumps up out of the water and bites the shark in the previews. So as they're fighting, it's getting close to this water section where the mosasaur is. They've showed him like 3 times throughout the movie now that he's there, and he'll jump up and eat anything that falls into his bin. So they throw him against the guardrail, and it seems like they're going to like actually knock him into the water and have that be the way that he's, like, have him like kind of swimming, and then the mosasaur comes up and eats him. No, they do basically as Samuel L. Jackson in what the fuck was that movie? They basically do like a Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea, where it's kind of sitting there like trying to get back to his feet, and mosasaur just comes up over the edge, and you know, like, here's the Indominus Rex, like, oh, I'm trying to get up, and the mosasaur's like, hey, comp, and just like takes him. And he's on land. The mosasaur should not have been able to see him or jump up and grab him like that without attempting to grab the others as well, unless they're saying that they're like telepathically communicating. Like, T-Rex is like, hey, mosasaur, we need your help killing Indominus. You know, it's like, it would have made more sense for like T-Rex to like headbutt him one more time. He falls into the water, mosasaur eats him. But no, they had him like, hey, jump up and grab him. You know, hey, remember me? I'm still in the movie. You know, so Indominus Rex is gone. T-Rex lets out his roar. The Raptor looks over at Chris Pratt like, should I take this one down too? You know, yeah, we were allies to fight off that one, but he's still a danger to us. And Chris Pratt's like, no, leave him alone. And of course, T-Rex isn't going to continue fighting anymore. He took out the one that... It was basically alpha versus alpha at that point almost, so that they were fighting for dominance. The T-Rex kind of looks over, sees the Raptor, realizes that I could probably take him if I was healthy, but I've been, you know, just had my ass kicked, I'm all scarred up. I don't want another fight on my hands, so he kind of it walks off. And of course, the Raptor's like, should I go after him? And Chris Pratt's like, no. And Raptor turns around and runs in the other direction. You know, it's like understandable that dinosaurs have some level of intelligence where they could possibly be trained, they could possibly imprint on somebody, and, you know, if raised in captivity with a person, they might eventually see them as, you know, it's like the lions. You know, when you raise the lions and stuff, and they're like, they recognize you, like that documentary, whatever the hell it was. So it's conceivable that dinosaurs would be like that, but like this whole telepathic communication type of thing that they're doing, where the T-Rex and the Raptors and everything kind of, they're on the same page until the end, and then they're like, well, should we fight now? They're overdoing the humanizing of the dinosaurs, and I guess that's what I didn't really like about it. Overall, you know, it was on par with the other Jurassic Park movies. If you liked everything past 1, you'll probably like this one. Was it necessary? No. Other than to cash in on the franchise name? no, we really didn't need this movie. We were fine with the 3 that we had. As far as a reboot, well, it's not really a reboot because it is, like I said, the old park is there. I mean, it would have been better as a reboot. Basically, just tell Jurassic Park all over again with an all-new cast and kind of forget that the other 3 actually happened. Might have pulled better for it, but I doubt it. It's just really an unnecessary film. Yeah, so I've been rambling for like 15 minutes now, so star rating on this one. I said the pacing took a little while to actually get anything going. Once it got going, it was watchable. But again, you know, I could have just easily been watching Jurassic Park. There was no real advancement to the dinosaurs looking any realer or anything like that. Jurassic Park still kind of holds up in the long run. Yeah, so as far as the star rating, I'm going to say a 2.5. You know, I want to give it a 3 for like middle of the road, but like I said, it's an unnecessary film. It doesn't add anything really other than, hey, here's another dinosaur movie. So yeah, I think 2.5 on this one. There's really not much else to say about it other than that. I don't know why everyone was hyping it as much as they were with the whole Chris Pratt, like, whoa, whoa, whoa thing, you know, because it seems like everyone that gave it a positive review now that I've been seeing has kind of been turning around and shitting on it once they've rewatched it. This is my first viewing of it, and you know, trying not to let other people's reviews of it influence me at all, but yeah, it could be that I watched it when I was tired and just really didn't care. I kind of really had no interest in seeing this going into it. I think that's why I didn't go see it at the other theater. I was like, oh, if I'm going to miss one out of the movies that I planned on watching, it could be that one. And so, yeah, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to have enjoyed it, but yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, enough rambling. That's my review of Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 4, I think. Do got more movie reviews coming up. Do got more gameplays coming up. Got a couple other things I'm going to try to start doing, so look for those as well. But until then, as always, again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Movie Reviews, which might also be getting a new name, so I'm not sure. I have an idea for one, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. Well, put it up to a vote. But anyway, until then, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Movie Reviews.